Brian, people I know have put this thing on.
Right. Oh, yeah.
They say that it's like...
it's supposedly awesome. I agree. Like Sony has supposedly a better one coming out next year, though.
They say the impact is going to be akin to to TV. It's basically like the new TV.
Sony's going to hook one up to their PlayStation? Is that
yeah, supposedly their new PlayStation, they're having a more accurate, their version of one. Which I still think it's awesome. I can't wait to play with it, but I also don't see like it changing the world like an iPhone or like a phone, a cell phone or something.
Well, maybe not that extreme because the connectivity of a cell phone is pretty incredible. What cell phones have been able to do, connect people all across the world.
Oh, yeah. I think it'll be
with
that
information.
It'll be that extreme.
You think that?
Yeah, I think it'll be more extreme. I think it's going to... Here, just follow this. This is what happens. Here's what's going to happen is it'll go from development into being applied to certain games. Like it'll become accessible. You can play Borderlands on it or something like that. And the description of this is like, so you put this thing on and now you are in the video game. So it's perfectly tracking your head movement. At first, it won't be perfect, I bet. I've heard it's pretty damn close, though, right? At first, it's going to be a little off. But as the thing develops and improves, it's not just going to track your head movement. It's going to track your eye movement, And then this combines with something called haptic technology, which is this. Have you seen this, man? These new air guns that like poof, 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 blast out air at specific parts of your body so that if you're getting shot, you can actually feel yourself getting shot. Wow. Then you combine that with this omnidirectional treadmill, and now you are fully immersed in a different universe. So that is going to be...
It's going to be fun, but I think it's going to be like you go to an arcade to have this experience. So I don't think it's going to be in everybody's house. People aren't going to have treadmills in their house and doing air guns.
Well, apparently,
and stuff like that.
this treadmill's really small, and you could just park it in front of a TV, just like you have a chair in front of a TV.
Yeah. It's portable, and the what's going to happen is this is going to keep improving. It's not just going to stop at like Borderlands or stop at World of Warcraft. It's going to get better and better and better till games become indistinguishable from reality. So you put this thing on and you'll no longer be in this world, but you'll be in another world that's crossed that uncanny valley, as they call it, and seems real. And that's where we'll start seeing the first legal cases of people who committed crimes because they thought that they had taken off or they'd put on a VR device and they hadn't have. That's what's going to start happening.
Well, that would have to be far more interactive than this current level of technology. You'd have to have something that gets into your actual mind itself and changes the way you feel things.
I have people who come over and play Grand Theft Auto with me who haven't played it before, and they leave and call me, and they're like, man, I want to run over people now. That game makes me want to run over people. They're joking, of course, but it does when you're driving after playing that game. It kind of pops into your head like, oh, that's it. Look at that crowd of people you could plow down.
Do you play it with a steering wheel, or do you use one of those?
Grand Theft Auto uses it might have a steering wheel function, but I think it uses the Xbox controller.
Because you could always get those like additional controllers, right? Don't they make those for driving games?
It's not really a driving game that Grand Theft Auto is.
Oh, no?
No.
So the running people over is inconsequential. It's just the violence. That's important.
It's just it's a mayhem engine. So like you end up like inevitably doing something that makes you get chased by the cops, and then you flee from the cops, and during that time you plow down as many people as you can. You can do shit like run someone over or hurt someone, and then an ambulance will come to take them to the hospital. The new one coming out looks incredible too.
Yeah, the new
What a strange desire we have to do horrible things to people with no consequence. To just run around and brain people with fucking crowbars and run over them. Like, that is such a strange desire.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. Woo. You do it in games.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. It is. It is a big part of us, for sure.
Why? What is that, man?
Well, I mean, we come from... We're a predatorial creature. Everything for us to survive, we have to kill. The only way to survive on this planet is to kill plants or animals, but you got to kill something if you want to live. We're predatorial.
Yeah, my goodness.
This comes out next week.
It's fascinating because it's such an exciting thing to play like a really good video game, especially against other people. Like, what are those? What's the big one? Call of Duty that everybody plays? Is that it? Yeah, Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Huge one. Huge one, right?
Yeah.
The guys get together, they link TVs up, and they get fucking nutty with each other, and play these like really, really intense games.
Yeah.
And I guess the intensity of like really competitive games like that, especially those super immersive ones and high graphics and a huge screen. It's like, how are you going to get that in the regular world? What are you going to do that's going to get you feeling like you're actually in a firefight? Like, besides going to war.
being in a fucking firefight.
What else is going to give you that kind of stimulation?
Nothing.
Yeah, you're not going to get it driving.
Nothing. What we're doing here is we're tunneling into space digitally and creating these alternative universes that we're using technology to port ourselves into.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
That's what's happening. It's the impulse to travel. It's the impulse to explore being inverted and telescoping into itself instead of going out because there's nowhere else to go. We don't have access to rockets. Most of us don't. Space tourism is going to happen, but it's extremely dangerous. So to satisfy that wandering, pilgrim, hunter-gatherer spirit that caused us to populate the entire planet, we're now actually ballooning reality out digitally and filling that space in with experiences that people can have that generally involve traveling, exploring, discovering new stuff, new terrain, and also killing, because that's also what we did back in the day when we explored. It was, if you were Christopher Columbus, it was Grand Theft Auto, except you had a boat, but you were still like running around chopping people's arms off.